Hey everyone, Bob here, and thanks for checking in over here at Ruger Gun Dog. I'm out here in the field with my Arken Optic EPL4 for the last segment of the giveaway series for this optic. If you haven't checked into the first couple episodes, go ahead, do so. Episode 1 tells you exactly what you need to do to possibly win this exact scope absolutely free. So check those things out. All right, so I am out here in the field with this Arken EPL4. No, it is not hooked on a rifle. I had it setting, mounted, just like this, kind of like a spotting scope in my tripod here. Now, my agenda today was to come out here and try to get a little bit of shoot-through footage of some deer that may be moving around as the sun's starting to come down here in this Michigan evening. Well, got out of my truck, came across deer way sooner than I expected, and I got a picture or two, a little bit of shoot through of the deer, but I didn't have time to get everything set up, focused, really lined up as much as I would like, but I got something for you guys. And that was all I got for shoot through footage for deer. Didn't come across any other ones, but I did take the time to set the optic up down this particular lane right here, and with the far tree line being about 900 yards away, I set the scope up at different magnification levels to let you guys, if you haven't looked at any other content, get kind of a bird's eye view of what this thing will be like as it's magnified at max power and coming back down a couple levels for you. Now, when doing so, I put some content out. Boy, it's been about a year and a half now, that reminds people to be mindful of the camera setup trying to get that footage. Now, I was simply using my Galaxy phone to try to get shoot through footage, and it is a steadiness contest to try and hold the phone right back here like this and get a perfectly clear shot, just doing it on the fly like I'm doing. So if you see some of the haze around the perimeter of the shoot through footage, don't jump out of your skin. I know the eye box is an issue that a lot of people talk about with the Arken Optic, but trust me, in this case, it was jiggly Bob trying to hold steady and get some shoot through footage with the scope, you know, clamped in here, just like this is how I did that. I guess you could use it like a spotting scope if you wanted to like that, so. But anyway, let's talk about this EPL4 one last time. Let's go through these things. Why should you consider buying an EPL4, an Arken Optic, over some of the competitors? If you go onto social media, you'll see all kinds of praise for the Arken Optics, the EPL4, and you'll see some cynics, some people bringing up things that they feel are areas that could have improvement or areas they're just not happy with. And one of those is the eye box sensitivity on all of the Arken Optics, including this EPL4. So the more we zoom this thing in the case of this scope, when I put this at 16 power, it is quite touchy getting a crisp, clear, perfect eye box and maintaining that. Now, is that situation enough that it's going to compromise my ability to place the round on the target or the animal? I don't think so. Clarity around the edge? Sure, but that's not where I'm shooting, so I'm not so worried about that. If you back the magnification off a little bit, the eye box opens back up. It gets easier to film shoot-through footage, and it gets easier if you have your cheek weld on your rifle to hold and keep a crisp, clear, whole sight picture for you in case you're just spotting downrange or something like that. Now, everything else about the Arken Optic EPL4 and why should you buy this over the competitors, you know, if I go through a couple things that I would like to talk about, the first would be the tracking guarantee. Now again, the people who are very critical about these optics, they're a budget optic. Even those guys, most of them will tell you the 100% tracking guarantee is pretty darn accurate with these scopes. The SH4 Gen 2, the EP4, EP5, and this EPL4, and I'm sure the low power variable optic that's coming out as well. The sighting in procedure and the zeroing and the tracking on these scopes is phenomenal. Lots of content out there. If you go to some of the bigger YouTube creators, you can see those guys setting these things up and with shoot-through footage verifying the 100% tracking guarantee. So if that is something, if you're the target guy or you crank in your solutions as far as your elevation when you're a hunter guy, I wouldn't worry about that. And in this case, your windage underneath the cap, you can do it just the same, but many hunters just do a holdover of sorts for the windage. Now, why else would a guy choose this scope? I'm gonna leave the obvious one till the end, but weight. This scope, for the features that it has, the magnification level, illumination, this size of a turret, coming with the sunshade, this scope is pretty lightweight. The 30mm tube was a great adjustment that Arken did, coming down from the 34 on the SH4 Gen 2 line. That S and that H, I believe that H means shooting and hunting. Well, that's a big boy for hunting when you've got those 34s. I think a lot of guys, you know, just aesthetically, the 30mm fits on the rifle a little bit better. And it still has plenty of elevation and windage changes that you can do in here. We've got illumination that's functional. Is it crisp, clear, perfect LED laser pinpoint, you know, sharp on that reticle? You know, not really. That's an area that Arken may be looking into, but I wouldn't hesitate to say it's not going to affect your ability to put the round on the animal or the target downrange. Last but not least, the cost. There is no disputing that the price of this optic, the features that are packed into this thing, and the options, the different magnification levels going from mil to MOA, there's a lot going on for the price. Compound that with the precision pack, compound that with the really rather often discounts and sales and promos that Arken runs. This optic should be considered by just about everybody looking to put one of these on their hunting rig or target shooting gun. You know, Arken doesn't have what I see as a large advertisement budget, sponsorship budget, or event budget. So what you're paying for is the scope right here. So those are a few of the things that I like to run through with this Arken Optic EPL4 and why I think this should be on your short list of scopes to consider for a hunting rig. This scope has the side parallax or the side focus. Now, that's another area that some people like to try to criticize because Arken has the numbers on here. Now you need to educate yourself to that. Side parallax and also setting up your zero stop on your elevation knob. These are things that user error can make for an unpleasant experience. So check out Arken's webpage, check out social media, check out YouTube for other content, and learn how to set up the elevation zero stop properly and understand how a side focus or a parallax actually works and how reference numbers are not absolutes. So aside from that, I don't really have a lot much more to add other than check out the rest of the content that I've got coming out about the other Arken Optics, the LPVO and everything else like that. And in a couple weeks time, tune back in because those of you who are eligible, I will be announcing the winner of this Arken Optic EPL4, I keep forgetting which one I got here in front of me, the 4-16x44 MOA and the precision pack. Find out if you're the one who's going to win this thing. So thanks for checking back in over here at Ruger Gun Dog. Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave me some comments. Do you have one of these things already? Are you looking to get one? Or is there, you know, some things about it that you really like? Or is there something that you don't like that I haven't mentioned? Is there something about that glass quality? Because, hey, to me, I don't see there being any problems with the quality of this glass to put a bullet in an animal when you're out hunting or in the paper downrange. Thanks for checking back in. Keep shooting straight. See you guys next time.